One of the biggest mistake I see business analysts are making today, they are rejecting themselves before the company even rejects them. Every single day, I receive messages like, I do not have experience in banking or fintech or BFSI domain, and I'm not able to apply for the B opportunity. Let me ask you one question. Do you think it is practically possible for a business analyst to first learn all 25 plus domains that exist in the market and then start applying for the jobs? So if you are able to analyze, it is impossible for you to learn and then to apply for those opportunities. And in reality, with AI coming into the picture, domain themselves are evolving very rapidly. Later part of this video, I will show you how we also have tried evolving self-help guides since last 1 year, specifically for domain documentation. So that is where I want all of you to understand you do not have to wait to become an expert in every domain before you apply. You will never actually start your career growth. I'm not saying domain knowledge is useless. Domain knowledge is definitely valuable, but then you need to understand how we are going to take care of the domain expertise in a strategic way. So let me try to explain you. There are 3 types of job descriptions that exist. So let us try to analyze. You will observe a job description having no trace of domain mention. Second, where domain is preferred to have. And third job description, where domain is mandatory to have. So let me quickly share my screen and take you through the real job descriptions. If I quickly take you through simplify healthcare. If you observe this particular job description, if you go through, it talks about the responsibilities, and this also talks about the requirement. You will not be observing that this given job description is actually mentioning any trace of domain expertise. They have not mentioned not even a single domain for which they are trying to hire. So this is what I mean by saying that in this given job description, there is no trace of domain. Let's look at the second type of job description. If you go through this, this organization, Milestone Technologies, is hiring for a senior business analyst. They have mentioned about the job overview, key responsibilities, required qualification. Now, if you go through their preferred skill, they are saying industry-specific domain, BFSI, healthcare, retail. Which means this organization is not mentioning that these domains are mandatory skill for you. Now, if you go through the third job description, so if you go through Newgen software, business analyst opportunity, this shows about the job. And if you go down to the key expectations, they have exclusively mentioned that they are expecting mandatory experience in the banking domain. So for someone who is not having expertise in whatsoever domain, the job opportunities are coming, what is the hack? You always have to analyze that given job description and observe where that given domain is mandatory or preferred, or in the job description, there is no trace as such for that given domain. So if you have to apply, and if you do not have experience of those given domain, job description type 1, where there is no trace of domain, or second, where they are mentioning preferred to have, these are the right opportunities for you. You can also try to apply for the mandatory domain mentioned, but there are very low chance of your resume is actually going to get shortlisted as far as these opportunities are concerned. So as we were discussing about evolving the domain with AI expectations, if I take you through one of our domain documentation, a self-help guide that we posted 1 year back, 11 months back to be precise, you will observe that we got very good appreciation from the community. We got close to 1 lakh impressions. However, this guide, was little shorter. It just consists of 36 pages, more like a self-help guide. And after we observed that how this industry is evolving with AI coming in, we had to improvise this documentation. And that is where we have very recently posted another documentation 2 days back on the banking domain. So if you look at this is 61 pages. And this is having the Gen AI and AI expectation as far as this banking domain is concerned. So I will also recommend all of you, as far as this domain is concerned, instead you try to learn all 25 domains. Your first priority should be, you have to learn the first top 5 or 6 domains that exist. So you have to get into the payment, start learning the payment domain, banking, healthcare cum pharma domain, finance, insurance, and the capital market. And you can explore all of these documentations there on my website. So if you go through my website and go to the resource section, you will be able to pretty much have access to all of these self-help guide that you can start learning by yourself. So now, as all of you have understood that what are those top 5 or 6 domains that we have to learn, I will recommend all of you to keep learning domains gradually, strengthen your BA fundamental, apply strategically, use AI smartly, and the most important, don't let domain knowledge become the reason you stop yourself from growing in the BA career. Happy applying. Thanks, everyone.